was wearing this bracelet when she was found. If you have any information, contact the medical examiner at 210-335-4011.
Have you seen this man? The Bexar County Sheriff's Office needs help in finding him. They say he has been missing for more than a week. He has a medical condition that requires medication. His name is Manuel Salvador Mendoza. He's 65 years old, was last seen February 13th, which was last Sunday, near Loop 410 at Pleasanton Road. If you've seen him or know where he is, call the Bexar County Sheriff's Office Missing Persons Unit at 210-335-6000.
A fire in Leon Springs had crews calling in for more help this afternoon. It's in the 9,000 block of Cross Mountain Trail that's near Scenic Look Road. It was around noontime when someone called and they were inside a home. They were asking for help. Firefighters got there to find the flames in the garage and then those flames going through the roof. A total of 5 fire departments helped to put out these flames. We're told the fire was likely the result of an electrical issue, but the Bexar County Fire Marshal's office is still going to investigate. The home suffered smoke and heat damage, but no one was hurt.
Let's check out traffic on this President's Day holiday, and we're going to go to 410 and Perrin Beidel. Usually the eastbound lanes are very slow going, and that is still kind of the fact here, but both busy in both directions, but no backups like sometimes we see on Monday afternoons.
At least they're moving out there. Today, we started off at 62 degrees, unseasonably warm this morning, well above the average low of 46. And our high temperature officially at the airport, 85 degrees. So very warm out there today. And we've got some locations at 90. That's, of course, farther to the west of town where it's typically warmer. Del Rio, Eagle Pass, 90 degrees. 81 right now in Bulverde, 85 in Lavernia. For the most part, we are in the low to mid 80s for temperatures across the vast majority of the KSAT 12 viewing area. And this evening, unseasonably warm, and we will still be in the 70s through 10 o'clock, and then just falling through the 60s later on tonight. You'll notice the humidity outside and a southeasterly breeze at about 10 to 15 miles per hour. But this week in general, we're going to have more spring-like conditions followed by winter-like conditions. A lot to talk about and help you plan for the rest of the week in just a bit, Ursula.
A lot of work in the weather lab these days. International fears of a Russian invasion now escalating as the White House is warning this could come in hours or days.
Despite a new path towards diplomacy now open, one U.S. official familiar with the latest intelligence says there has been, quote, no slowdown, unquote, from Russia at the Ukraine border. Isabel Rosales reports.
U.S. intelligence and satellite images reveal Russia going full speed ahead with military preps.
Today might be that day, and we hope that's not the case, which is why we continue to exhaust every possible diplomatic option here going forward.
In a TV broadcast, Russian President Vladimir Putin accusing the West of threats. The Russian president says he is officially recognizing the separatist regions in Ukraine as independent states. Putin airing his grievances about the breakup of the former Soviet republics.
Modern Ukraine from the beginning and in its totality has been created by Russia.
The U.S. and allies warn every indication shows Russia is preparing to invade.
These are not the actions of a Russian government fulfilling its repeated declarations that it has no intention of invading Ukraine.
The U.S. also says it has credible information about a Russian kill list, writing in a letter to the United Nations that Russia is identifying Ukrainians to be killed or sent to camps. The Kremlin denying the claim, calling it absolute fiction.
We believe that any military operation of the size, scope, and magnitude of what we believe the Russians are planning will be extremely violent.
The Russian escalation at the front lines is at odds with what Putin has said publicly. Putin agreeing to a summit with President Joe Biden.
He can do the right thing by finding a diplomatic path forward.
Biden accepting on the condition Russia not invade Ukraine. In Washington, Isabel Rosales.
Taking a look at COVID-19 numbers in Bexar County, Metro Health reporting today 365 new cases, 4 more deaths. The 7-day average of cases now 452.
483 COVID patients are still in the hospital, 140 are in the ICU, and 74 are on ventilators. So, are we reaching a turning point in the pandemic? Well, the U.S. is now averaging 103,000 new cases a day. That is the lowest average since December. And when it comes to deaths, the average has fallen below 2,000 for the first time in about a month. This as many states are rolling back restrictions like dropping mask mandates in schools and even ditching indoor vaccine mandates. And this week, the CDC is expected to announce new mask guidelines. They say they've been looking at the hospital capacity as a way of measuring whether a change is needed.
And President Joe Biden is set to start interviewing more candidates for the next Supreme Court justice. At least one candidate was interviewed last week. It's unclear how many candidates will be interviewed before he makes the pick. This person will replace Justice Stephen Breyer. He announced he will be retiring last month. 1 week down, one more to go. We have entered week 2 of early voting for the March primaries.
That's right. So far, Bexar County totals are above the 20,000 mark for both parties. According to the Bexar County Elections Office website, 22,091 Democrats have turned up to vote early, and 20,664 Republicans have voted early.
Those numbers will likely go up between now and Election Day, which is next Tuesday, March 1st. You can take a look at each ballot right now. Find the early voting center nearest you on KSAT.com.
The controversy over COVID information and misinformation has some people moving their music off of Spotify. Coming up, the easiest ways to switch to a new service.
Hi, I'm Stefania Jimenez here in the KSAT newsroom. There is so much that we're working on for you tonight for the news at 6, including new child abuse laws. There's a new way to determine whether a child has been neglected, and that's going to impact cases in Bexar County. Our Courtney Friedman focuses on what's changed and what it means for you. Also, guns getting into the hands of people they shouldn't. It's an issue that's been plaguing Bexar County, and part of the reason is unlicensed dealers. Our Jesse Degollado speaks with ATF about the issue and what it wants the public to know. We have all that and a lot more coming up for you on the news at 6.
Thank you, Stefania. Joni Mitchell did it, so did Neil Young. They pulled their music off of Spotify because of alleged COVID misinformation. Some users have deleted their accounts as well. But what happens to all of your music if you cancel? 12 on your side's Marilyn Moore. It says moving your playlist from one service to another can be tricky, but there are some ways to make it easy.
Tracy Justiniano has used Spotify for years, but now because of the controversy, she says she may change her tunes.
If it was a seamless transition to move my music over to a new streaming service, I would more likely do that.
Leaving any streaming service can be a tough decision, especially if you've spent time curating the playlists, which are saved to your account, and the services don't necessarily make it easy.
Unfortunately, Spotify and other streaming services don't provide an official way to move your playlists and other music around. The good news is there are a number of third-party apps and services that you can use to move those playlists to another streaming service.
Soundees charges $4.50 a month. SongShift costs $4.99 a month. They are subscription services, but you can cancel as soon as your transfer is done. Free Your Music has annual subscription plans, or you can pay a one-time fee of $14.99.
When I did it, the process was pretty easy. It took a little while because I had a big library, but it wasn't that hard to do.
All of the streaming services don't have identical content, so your new service may not have every single song you saved on your old account. If that happens, many transfer apps will let you know. Still, you'll want to be sure that your favorite songs were transferred. And don't forget to cancel the service you no longer want, or you'll end up paying for it. Marilyn Moritz, KSAT 12 News.
What a beautiful Monday it was. Great holiday. If you had the day off, I'm envious.
Good choice.
Yeah, you made a good choice.
Yeah, or you're just lucky. You work for a bank or something, right?
Right.
There you go.
There you go.
Bingo, bingo. You get the day off, and it's very spring-like outside today. We're going to have a mixture of spring-like weather and winter-like weather all within just a few days this week. So tomorrow, more of the same. Actually, a little bit warmer. Spring-like tomorrow, then cold by Wednesday, and remaining cold Wednesday through the end of the work week. Light precipitation is possible with this transition that we're going to have in terms of temperatures. What transition? Well, tomorrow we'll be in the upper 80s. 88 degrees the high is what we're forecasting here in San Antonio. So even in excess of 90 south and west of town and along the Rio Grande. But then look what happens. We get to Wednesday. we're down in the lower 40s. We're going to be there for high temperatures Wednesday all the way through Friday. So think of it this way. Come Wednesday, the afternoons are going to be 40 degrees cooler, basically. All right, let's get right to it outside with that spring-like weather. 84 degrees, a dew point of 60 right now. So some mugginess, some humidity is back in the air. You feel that hint of humidity back in place, especially east of town along the Gulf coastline. Temperature-wise, officially in Del Rio now, 94. Cotulla not far behind at 91, Carrizo Springs 90, the rest of us in the 80s, and even 80 degrees in Kerrville and 86 currently in Hondo. North Texas, West Texas, clouds, even a few showers, so in turn their temperatures are lower, but that's not the cold front that's headed our way. Cold front that's going to hit us very early on Wednesday, that's still up in the plains, but look at the temperature drop behind this front. I mean, we've got 70s and 80s ahead of it. We're talking temperatures below zero behind this front. So it's going to have a big impact on our temperatures, but it's not going to give us any extreme cold. So don't anticipate any prolonged freezes or anything. And we may even just stay above freezing here in San Antonio, but it's going to take us from the 80s down into the 40s. So very noticeable. Not only that, we'll have some overrunning going on. So right now we've got a little bit of a few disturbances in the upper levels through West Texas. Some of this light precipitation could clip Valverde County and parts of the hill country this evening and tonight. A few stray light showers, mainly hill country overnight tonight. Not a big deal, not adding up to much. But this big dip in the upper level flow, that's going to push that warm, moist air up and over the shallow, cold air mass that's going to be moving in place here at the ground. So we're going to feel the cold, but not far above us, just a few thousand feet. It's going to be much warmer, and that could cause some areas of light precipitation, maybe even some wintry precip in spots. So let's go through this with the Futurecast. Tonight, again, a few stray showers, mainly in the hill country this evening and tonight. Tomorrow, a lot of sunshine again, spring-like tomorrow. By Wednesday, the cold front moves in. Behind that cold front, that shallow cold air here at the ground could lead to a few areas of light icing, possible in the hill country. This is the hill country we're talking about. Right now, it would look like a low-impact event. Of course, we're monitoring this cold front and any changes that may come with it very closely, as that could impact the possible effects of that frozen precipitation. But right now, mainly just some light icing, elevated surfaces possible in the hill country Wednesday and even on into Thursday. Actual coverage of the precipitation should be pretty limited and very light in nature. I mean, we're looking at those 30% chances, so not much coverage Wednesday, Thursday, and even lesser on Friday. Tomorrow, look at that, 63 in the morning, 88 in the afternoon. Will be 93 in Cotulla, Del Rio 94, Uvalde and Carrizo Springs about 90. And then there's that drop-off. Not only colder, but also gusty Wednesday and Thursday.
Wow. Big changes. Thank you.
All right, a young Spur makes his all-star debut with some flair.
You know what? He did a great job, and he put on quite the show as well in Cleveland. When we come back, DJ shines in the all-star game. We'll show you what he accomplished. And, yeah, that was pretty sweet right there. And Deshaun Watson asking for a delay in his depositions. Tell you why coming up. All-Star Weekend wrapped up with the 71st All-Star Game in Cleveland last night, but not before the top 75 players in NBA history were honored. That included the Admiral David Robinson, fellow Hall of Famer and former Spur George Gervin, of course, Tim Duncan. And then there was the game. Former Spur DeMar DeRozan, now a Chicago Bull, gets on the board quickly. Follow that up with LeBron James playing back home, gets the crowd going with a one-handed jam. Team LeBron leads after 147-45. In the second quarter is when DeJounte Murray gets to show his stuff from Team Durant. His first points come on a three-pointer. Moments later, the alley-oop pass from LaMelo Ball to Murray, which slams it down. That's so sweet, it's worth another look. After a timeout, DJ gets to throw down yet another dunk, this time thanks to Trae Young. He scored 13 points on 6 of 8 shooting in that quarter alone, and Team Durant leads at the half 94-93. The star of this game was Steph Curry. He had 5 straight three-pointers to open up the third quarter. One of those was off of one leg. The previous three-point record in an All-Star game was 9. Steph would have 15 through just 3 quarters. DeJounte would finish with 17 points in 27 minutes, including this monster jam off the backboard. In the fourth quarter, Curry would hit his 16th three-pointer to finish with 50, the most valuable player honors. But it was only fitting that LeBron James would finish for the win with this bucket. Team LeBron takes it 163-160.
I was just going out trying to play hard. I knew, obviously, my first All-Star game, you got to earn minutes. So I knew it was going to be real tight. You know, I'm thankful to be here. I had so much fun with the guys. They all embraced me, especially the ones that's been here and been doing this. So, you know, I just was enjoying the moment and, you know, just taking it one day at a time, and then in the game, just trying to enjoy the whole game.
All right, one of the great scenes we're able to witness thanks to the Spurs is Hall of Famer David Robinson and his son David Jr. meeting up with DeJounte and his daughter Riley at courtside at All-Star Weekend Saturday. That's where DeJounte told his daughter that the Admiral played for your dad's team a long time ago. I was a baby like you. And Robinson responded, your dad is breaking all my records. That's after DeJounte became the all-time leader in franchise triple-doubles at 15. What a moment. Next game up for the Spurs after the All-Star break this Friday in Washington at 6 o'clock.
Pro football coverage, powered by Davis Law Firm.
An attorney for Texans quarterback Deshaun Watson in court today in Houston to try and delay his deposition in 22 civil lawsuits filed by women who claim he sexually assaulted them during massages. Attorney Rusty Harden wanting to delay until April the 1st, but the judge in this case decided on a compromise. For women who have filed a criminal complaint as well, the deposition for them can occur after April 1st. For all others, when Harden is available, currently he's in trial, so whenever he's available, the depositions can start.
All right. Thank you, Greg.
You got it.
We'll be right back.
Tomorrow, another spring-like day. Will be right in near 90 degrees, basically, upper 80s. But then cold starting Wednesday. We're talking afternoons in the lower 40s. But we're not going to see a big freeze. We actually should stay above freezing here in San Antonio. That said, the Hill Country could have a brief light glaze periodically Wednesday and Thursday. Low impact event.
Thanks for watching the News at 5 with us.
See you back here at 6.